Good morning, sixth grade. Today is August 31st. It's Monday. Today, I'm going to walk you through step by step how to locate and download your digital notebook for science, how to save it to your drive, and I'm going to give you a brief overview of what it entails. So let's go. You're going to go through the week of August 31st to September 4th, and you're going to click our folder for Monday. Once you open that up, you're going to have our attendance question. Number 2 says, download your digital notebook for science. So if you read through number 2, I have inserted a page that gives you a brief overview of what your notebook is going to include. And then it says, click the link below to access your very own copy of the digital notebook. Below the blue link will be the instructions, and the video will be posted here on how to download your digital notebook. So I'm going to press this link. It's going to open it up. It's going to force you to make a copy. So you're going to click Make a Copy. If this screen doesn't come up, it's because you're not logged into your NISD credentials and you need to go back and check that again. It takes about 20-25 seconds to completely load, depending on your connection for Wi-Fi. This is going to be your own personal copy. Nobody else is going to have a copy of this. However, I will be sending out a Google form asking you to fill it in to give me the link so that you can share your copy with your teacher only. This is so that your teacher can make sure that you're getting your information in there just as we require. I can come in and do a no notice notebook grade inspection. So you want to make sure that you stay on top of it. If you miss a day of work, you need to come back and follow those instructions for your missed days. So the first thing you're going to do after it finally finishes loading is you're going to come up to the title, click it, and I want you to delete the words that says copy of, and you're going to type your name in, and then a space or an underscore, whichever one you want. Once you're done, you're going to hit enter. It automatically saves the rename for you. Then you're going to come to File, click Move, and I want you to save this into your drive. So this is my sixth grade drive. This is what it should look like. You should only have 2 folders. You're going to go to sixth grade, and then you're going to come down to Science, and see how it says folders empty? You're going to click Move here. I want you to pause this video now and follow those 2 steps. When you're finished, you're going to come back to the video for further instructions. All right, welcome back. So you should have renamed your student copy, and you should have saved this into your science folder so you know where it will be for the remainder of the year. Now I'm going to give you a brief overview. First of all, the title says Unit 1, Properties of Matter. We have 6 units in science. We're going to give you a digital notebook for every unit. So you're going to get a new link for every single unit. Mrs. Hernandez, the other science teacher, and I felt that this would be the best way to give you the resources that you needed without bogging down your computer with a super large file. Okay, so off to the side, you're going to see these colorful tabs. It says Resources, Vocabulary, Elements and Compounds, Physical and Chemical Changes, Metals, Metalloids, and Nonmetal, and Density. These are the first lessons that you're going to get within your first unit. Each tab is hyperlinked to take you to the page that starts that section. Just like if I was looking through the table of contents and I wanted to go to chapter 3, I would find chapter 3 right away. So if you click the tab, it'll bring up the slide. You're going to click the slide, and I'm automatically going to come to the resources page. That also works for if I decide to do vocabulary. It'll start on slide 9, and it'll take me to slide 9. As we add pages in here, it should automatically change those slide numbers for you. So on our resources tab, I've included some resources for you to reference. So for example, if you're unfamiliar with some keyboard shortcuts, or for Chromebook users, if it's a little bit different, just to kind of make it easier to cut and paste within your slides and to cut and paste slides from one presentation into your notebook. On slide 4, I give you instructions on how to copy your slides. So for example, one of your tasks today will be to copy your safety slides into your digital notebook. And I'll have a separate video for that, but there are also written instructions. The next one has a scientific calculator. So if you need a calculator, we will be doing formulas in science. You can click this link and it will take you to a website where there's a scientific calculator. Okay. On the next slide, we have our norms. This is what happens when you are missing from a synchronous meeting, what your expectations are, and our Zoom meeting norms, which is not new to any of you. Then I've provided you 2 different copies of the periodic table of elements. We will be using this a lot this year. So there's a colorful copy for you, and then I have a blank copy. Now I know that this is kind of small. So if you want to zoom in and see it bigger, you're going to come up to this button right here. If I click, this says zoom. If I click the little arrow to the right and I go to 100%, I'm going to zoom it in a little bit more, and then I can just move it around. But that's still not enough for me. So I'm going to click it again, and I'm going to go to 200%. Now I know that this is not the best copy, but it'll at least suffice for now. So I can still move it around and see all of my slides or my parts to the periodic table. If I come to the colorful copy, I can see it as well. Once you guys get to the point where we can get you back face to face, you will be provided a hard copy for you to reference. To get out of this, I'm going to come back to fit, and it'll take me back out. Then I'm going to have my vocabulary section. As we proceed, we're going to be having vocabulary tasks that you're going to be doing with lessons. Once they have been graded, you're going to copy that slide and paste it right here for reference. And then the remaining of the slides are just our table covers for those particular lessons, but there's nothing embedded in them yet, so we'll get there. The remaining slides, 15 through 22, are just copies of the sheet book looking, so they kind of look like a real notebook for you to have. So if there's something that you want to add, let's say you want to jot a note down digitally, you can come to one of these. You can go insert text box. If I open up a text box, and then I can write the periodic table of elements. Oh, there are 118 elements on the periodic table of elements. Maybe that's a little note I just want to jot down for myself. You can certainly do that and add that within your slides. So I want you to go to slide 15, and I want you to practice opening up a text box and typing a note in there to yourself and saving it. It doesn't have to be anything specific to science. It could just be something to practice with. It could just say your name, whatever you want. Pause the video now, go to slide 15 and practice creating a text box. When you're finished, come back for further instruction. All right, welcome back. So you should have written a note of some sort on slide 15. Now I want you to practice moving it up and down within your slides. Okay, so if I come over onto the left, I'm going to see all my slides here. I'm in edit mode. If I was in present mode, I would not be able to see these, but I'm in edit mode. So when I'm in edit mode, I can move my slides wherever I like. Now, you need to keep your slides in the order that they are. This is just if you're adding notes in. So if I'm going to hold the left click down on my mouse button, I'm going to left click and I'm going to drag it through. And as you can see, there's an orange line. And that indicates where it's going to go. So I just made a note about elements on the periodic table. So I'm going to move it behind or below the elements and compounds title page. And there's my notes. Now, if you happen to be one of those people who are digitally savvy, you can put in like little sticky notes to kind of make it pretty and personalize it. So if I go to the web, I could do a sticky note. Oh, I really like this sticky note. I'm going to insert it. If I insert it and resize it down, I can make it look like a real notebook. And then I can take my text box and open it or move it on there. My text box is behind my sticky note, so I'm going to have to go to my sticky note and I'm going to change my order to send it back. And there you go. Now I got a note on a sticky note inside my notebook. Okay, so I want you to practice playing around on this page. Take a couple of minutes. Try to go to insert, go to image, search the web. You're going to type in sticky note or sticky note transparent background, either one, and you're going to be able to insert them. I want you to take a few minutes and practice that. When you're done, come back to the video for further instruction. All right, so hopefully you got some opportunity to go around and practice inserting pictures and typing in text boxes into your notebook. Another thing that you'll be able to do is you can insert pictures. So if I go to insert image, search the web, just like I did with the sticky note, except I want to do an element. Maybe I'm interested in seeing what the element silver looks like. So I'm going to type in silver element. And this is what silver looks like. And I'm making a note to myself about that. Okay, and so I'm going to put my little picture there. And I'm going to adjust my note here and say silver is one of the 118 elements on the periodic table. And now I have a sticky note that references the picture that I've done. Okay, so take a minute or two, pause this video, and I want you to go and practice inserting a picture. Again, you're going to go to Insert, Image, search from web, and just type it in. When you're done, come back for further instruction. Okay, awesome. So today we have introduced to you your digital notebook for science. I've showed you how to download it and where to save it at and how to rename it. I've walked you through the resources page and I have given you a brief overview on how to insert text into the pages and move the slides like you're moving a page within your notebook. So this is how we're going to keep track of all of our stuff for science this year. You can use this video to come back and reference to at any time should you be confused or maybe do not remember how to insert pages within your slides or text boxes within your slides, okay? So this is going to be it for this video. There'll be more videos to come, so stay tuned.